Assalamu alaikum guys, hope you're doing well. So in this video I wanted to discuss about the difference between identity access management and the privilege access management. So what is the difference between them? So many organizations, they have identity access management, meaning how they are provisioning access to the resources and how they are deprovisioning, but they never focus about the privilege access management. So in this video we are going to understand the difference between the identity access management and the privilege access management. So first we'll try to understand what is identity access management. So identity access management is basically like saying who you are and what are the resources that you can access. Okay, that's basically what it checks under the identity access management. So for example, so in an organization, when the employee joins any organizations, their a user ID is created, employee ID is created, and they are linked with as an Active Directory. So basically, it gives you an user ID, like for example your email address, and you have your password. Okay, it could be in a form of something you know, something you have, or something you are. Okay, plus the multi-factor authentication. So all of these things basically they all come under the identity and access management. Now, um, so all of this process has been taken care by the identity and access management. Now, privilege access management is basically focused, it's a narrow, deeper thing, part of identity access management. It's basically focused on those accounts which have more rights, more power to do. For example, like the root access, okay, like the admin access, or it could be any application administrator who can do more, who has more, I would say, like access, who can, for example, change system, change databases, change configurations. So who has more rights than the regular user. So those users, we are trying to focus on them and we are trying to monitor them. We're having controls in place to ensure that these admin rights are not misused. That's basically the entire the objective of having the PAM, privilege access management. So whoever is having that extra rights, the privileges, there has to be a controls to prevent any form of misuse of these you can say access basically, okay, to prevent any kind of misuse of these accounts, these privileged account. So I hope that makes sense. So for identity and access management we use Azure ID, right now it's called Entra ID, then we have Okta, Google, and single sign-ons. All of these basically they comes under the identity and access management. Now for privilege access management we have various tools like Delinea, HashiCorp, BeyondTrust. So these are the tools which are used to manage the privileged access management. For example, you have a Linux server, or it could be any system or application which you have admin right, meaning you can create users, you can delete users, you can provision access, deprovision access, or you can change the settings in a way that affects the working of that system. So those privileged accounts, they need to be monitored. So for this, we use these PAM tools, like the examples I gave you earlier, like CyberArk, Beyond Trust and all. So we use those tools. So we onboard those users or administrator on this platform. So now they are logging into these PAM tools, and through these PAM tools, they're getting access to their resources. In this way, they do not have to remember the password. All of this password is taken care by the PAM tools. The rotation, their session is monitored and logged. Session is also recorded. Like everything what you're doing, logging through these platforms, and they're accessing to the resources and they're gaining the admin rights. But whatever they do with those accounts, everything is logged. All of the session is basically recorded. So it gives you more granular kind of control over these accounts, so no one can misuse it. And there is also not a fear of losing password because these passwords are taken care by the tool itself. So the tool is going to take care of these passwords, so the administrator will not have to remember these. And based on the policy applied on these tools, those password ratio will take care, and the other configuration will be taken care. So in a nutshell, if I have to summarize it, so identity access management is basically focusing on who you are and what you can access, whereas the privilege access management is focused on those accounts, those privileged users, those root users, to admin users. It could be of any server, Windows, Linux, or any application or anything in general of any platform who will have these admin rights, who have more privilege, more access rights, more control of the application than the normal users. Then these are the users that is being monitored and is being routed through these PAM tools to get access to their application servers and whatever the resources they want to access. So these privileged users are getting access through these PAM tools so that we can monitor them, we can control them, and so all of these things are taken care of by the PAM tool. So that is the difference between identity access management and privilege access management. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in another video. Until next time, assalamu alaikum.